What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. I am pumped up because we have some breaking New York Jets news. The New York Jets have agreed on a contract extension with Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson is the first of the 2022 Jets draft class to cash in on a contract extension with the New York Jets. He will get paid 4 years, $130 million, $90 million of that is guaranteed. His AAV on the contract is $32.5 million. I was pretty close. My projection was 4 years, 120. So he gets a little bit more than that. So a touch up on the Brandon Ayuk contract, which was the comparable from a year ago. Amon-Ra St. Brown got 4 for 120 a couple years ago now. So I know that Garrett hasn't had that 1,400 yard season, but with the way that the numbers are trending up year over year, the cap's rising every single year. Garrett Wilson is now tied to the New York Jets and under contract for the next 6 seasons. 6 more years of Garrett Wilson as he signed through the 2030 season, his age 30 season. So I love it. I really do, because you are signing him through the prime of his career. This is not, hey, let's sign a guy who's 28 years old to a mega contract extension. No, you're signing him for his age 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 30-year deal. That's the prime of a wide receiver's career. We'll see if, obviously, I don't know what 2030 is going to look like. We might not be here tomorrow, but what we do know now is that Garrett Wilson is a New York Jet for the foreseeable future. I, again, absolutely love it. I think it's a fair number. It's a touch higher than where I thought it was going to be, but I think it's fair for what he's done his first 3 years in the league. Consistent, has not missed a game, 17 games each of his first 3 years. 83 catches, 1,103 yards, 4 touchdowns as a rookie, offensive rookie of the year in 2022. Year 2, 95 catches, 1,042 yards, 3 touchdowns. Last year, 101 catches, 1,104 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Now, like I said at the top, he hasn't had that 1,400 yard dominant season, but this is someone who plays at a high level for the New York Jets and has done it with horrendous quarterback play. We've talked about it through the entire tenure with the New York Jets. Here's a list of guys that he's caught touchdowns and passes from in his career. We're talking Zach Wilson. We're talking Joe Flacco. We're talking Mike White, Tim Boyle, Trevor Siemian, Aaron Rodgers last year, Tyrod Taylor. And I know Rodgers, obviously the biggest name of the bunch and had the best season of any of these 3 guys. But as we saw as the year went on, Davante Adams gets brought in and he's playing pitch and catch with Davante Adams, and Garrett Wilson's targets go way down in the second half of the year. He has a quarterback in Justin Fields who he played college ball with at OSU. I think he is going to have a big season. Even if the Jets aren't this prolific top 10 passing offense, Garrett Wilson's going to get his damn targets. He's going to get his catches, yards, and touchdowns. The word that jumps out to me with Garrett Wilson is consistent. Just year over year, really, really damn good football player. The Jets haven't had someone in their history who had 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons to start his career. Kind of reminds me of Terry McLaurin in Washington. Just come out, performs no matter what the quarterback play is, and Jaden Daniels comes and he has a monster season and they go on a deep run. Like, just a deserving player of this kind of contract. These are the guys that you want to pay. The Jets for so long, go look back through their first round picks, they don't pay anybody. Quinnen Williams, before that, is the last first round pick that they paid a big contract to. That's 2019. Before that, you have to go back to Muhammad Wilkerson, who was drafted in 2011? It's a long time ago now. We're talking 2011 and 2019 as the guys who are getting long-term deals. Zach Wilson, 2021, shipped out. We'll see on Elijah Vera Tucker. 2020, Mekhi Becton did not get a long-term contract. 2018, Sam Darnold did not get a long-term contract. 2017, Jamal Adams did not get a long-term contract, traded away. 2016, that was Darren Lee. didn't get a second contract. 2015, Leonard Williams didn't get a second contract. He got traded. 2014, Calvin Pryor. 2013, D. Milner and Sheldon Richardson. Sheldon Richardson got traded. 2012, Quentin Coples didn't get a second contract. This is not something that happens very often in Jets history, and especially during this playoff drought. And again, like, this is someone that you want to build around. He is a core piece. They used the 10th overall pick on a stud wide receiver that they got in the Jamal Adams trade, by the way. Thank you very much. But this, again, the Jets don't ever have people that they are giving second contracts to and saying that's someone that I want to build around and want to be here. And Garrett Wilson from day one has made it abundantly clear that he wants to be a New York Jet for a very, very, very long time. And he put, pen to paper on it, right? It's easy to come in and say all the right things, but then you actually have to step up and do it. And he's done that. I think he's a leader on and off the field. I know some people don't. Some are weary of how he handles himself on the field. I'm not. I think this is a guy who hates to lose football games, extremely talented. I would make him a captain on offense. I really genuinely believe that. And I am so excited for him to be the number one wide receiver on the Jets for the next 6 years, whether it's Justin Fields this year and beyond, if things go well, or if they are trying to find their franchise quarterback through the NFL draft. It's going to be pretty nice when you have a guy who's going to give you 1,000 yards in a season, because the Jets didn't have that with Zach Wilson. The Jets didn't have that with Sam Darnold, and they didn't have it with anyone else before that either. Prolific offensive players with the New York Jets, not a thing. Like, sure, Darrelle Revis, Sauce Gardner, many, many other pieces throughout their history, but when's the last time the Jets have drafted like an elite offensive player like that and kept them around? Nick Mangold and DeBrickashaw Ferguson on the offensive line, awesome, but not a skill position. They got Curtis Martin via trade. That was not a draft pick. The 1 year of Brandon Marshall was a trade. Eric Decker, his one good year, free agency. Thomas Jones, free agency. Like, we're talking, assuming that he plays out the next 6 years with the New York Jets, we're talking about someone who has a chance to end up as the best wide receiver in Jets history. Don Maynard is a very, very tough one to pass, but that's it. It's Don Maynard and everybody else. There's been some solid guys, Lavernius Goals, Jericho Cotchery, nice players that Jet fans love, but can this be a guy who's giving you 1,000+ yards every year for the next 6 years, and then you have 9 years of 1,000+ yard seasons with the Jets? How is he not in the conversation at that point? Obviously, winning a Super Bowl is going to help Don Maynard. I don't know if the Jets will be able to do that with Garrett Wilson, but man, if anyone's deserving of it, for one, a contract, and two, dare I say, Super Bowl, or hell, let's just start with a playoff appearance, it's a guy like Garrett Wilson. Sauce Gardner is going to be next. I would not be surprised if we see something come with Sauce Gardner in the coming days, weeks, before training camp rolls around. But the vibes are very, very good for the New York Jets today, as Garrett Wilson signed through his age 30 season with the New York Jets. I love it, baby. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next time.